The days and months after the 1 October tragedy, Las Vegas has done what we always seem to do. We rose up and bounced back. And in many ways, we came back not only stronger, but also safer. 13 Chief Investigator Darcy Spears shows us what's happened in terms of compensating victims' families and making the valley more secure.
Immediately in the wake of 1 October, dozens of lawsuits were filed seeking compensation for more than 4,000 victims and answers for all of us. We're taking a look at the status of that litigation and what security changes the cases prompted.
There was a lot of chaos in the beginning.
Chaos took the form of lawsuits. Attorney Robert Eglett saw them filed immediately following the tragedy, many by out-of-state law firms, mostly in California, where so many of the victims lived.
I got all those lawyers to voluntarily dismiss all of those cases and then work together as a group collectively and move forward and come up with a model complaint for us to use.
That complaint filed here in Clark County accused MGM of negligence for what many viewed as significant lapses in security. No suspicions were voiced as the gunman continued to bring in more and more luggage days after his initial check-in, sometimes using a service elevator with the help of staff. He also checked into a second adjacent room under a different name, but he was alone the entire time. A do not disturb placard was placed on his door for over 36 hours without investigation by staff. MGM chose not to fight the allegations and instead went right to settlement talks, a move Eglett appreciated.
When they stepped forward and we got into this mediation, they did everything they could do to try to do the right thing. And as I said then, and I say it again, I thought it was a perfect example of true corporate responsibility in a community.
Providing a level of help many desperately needed.
It helped with medical bills, it helped with financial needs, it helped, with children and spouses who lost their spouses, or the spouses that were permanently injured.
The settlement also saved survivors and victims' families from reliving the tragedy over and over in a long, drawn-out court battle.
I think it provides them some closure to understand that, well, it's over with now, and I don't have to, think about that all the time anymore.
In a statement, MGM says in part, "We were grateful for the opportunity to resolve legal issues in recent years so that we can come together as a community and move forward in the healing process." Part of that included revamping security procedures.
So a lot of the temporary changes were things like handheld metal detectors or security at every entrance to a hotel, wanting everybody who came through, rapid change of policy to prohibit firearms or guns, knives, other types of weapons, as a bit of a knee-jerk reaction.
Security expert Adam Coffrin spent 19 years as a police officer in Orange County, California, with the Tourist-Oriented Policing Unit. He says some important permanent changes were made as well.
So we've seen a lot of hotels that have gone away from a do not disturb sign to a room occupied sign. And that's mostly that we want to allow people in the room every 24 hours, whether it's for service, for towels, for housekeeping, whatever the need may be. No longer can people stay 3, 4, 5, 6 days and not have, a room attendant or a housekeeper in the room.
They don't let even high rollers go up their service elevators anymore. They have much better security. And so they made a lot of changes.
MGM tells us they're constantly evaluating and refining security, but for obvious reasons cannot provide details.
It looks like this is a double pane situation.
Yeah, so most of them are.
Coffrin says security threats should be looked at like puzzles.
Perhaps a bellman or a front desk agent has one piece of that puzzle, and then maybe a security officer has a different piece of that puzzle. And what we saw in this case is I think a lot of people had a lot of pieces to the puzzle, but there was no real good way to put all those pieces together to see the overarching picture that this was a lot of concerning behavior all at the same time.
The hotel industry has since designed training for housekeepers and staff so they know what to look for.
Even outside of weapons and firearms, things that would be suspicious that could lead to some sort of nefarious activity, some sort of attack or some sort of planning. Everything from human trafficking to active shooters.
Properties are also using technology to bolster security in new ways.
So not only video surveillance, but some of the artificial intelligence to understand how people move about a property and to start to pick out those behaviors that even sometimes the most well-trained eye isn't picking up or understanding.
He says cases prompt changes to keep us all a little safer.
We're continuing to look forward into the future to see, okay, what might be next? What can we try to prepare for now so we don't have to deal with it tomorrow?
As for the lawsuit, Attorney Eglett says it's the first time a global settlement has been reached in a mass shooting case on behalf of the victims.
While most of the victims have already been paid through the massive settlement, that's not true for all. The case remains active with a status check scheduled for later this month to make sure that everyone gets paid. We'll keep an eye on that until the case is formally closed. Darcy Spears, 13 Investigates.